So when you are experiencing this twin flame dilemma and going through this twin flame journey, what you are going to see is you are going to get a lot of triggers. And when you are getting a lot of triggers, it is a good time now to start seeing which part of you is not in union with God. Because the parts that are not in union with God, the parts that are in separation, it is where you are going to have a lot of struggles. For example, if you are suffering, if you have financial problems and financial issues, that is a part that is in separation. It is not in union. And you want to see that that is the part that you are bringing into union. So there are triggers that are going to show up. There are struggles, places that you are going to see that they are going to be magnified. Your struggles, your suffering, and those are the parts where you are not in union with God. Those are the parts where you are not in love. Those are the parts that you are not receiving the love of God. And those are the parts that you are being asked to surrender, to accept the love of God. Surrender, it just means you are accepting the love of God just as it is. It does not mean that you have to change anything. I have said you don't have to heal anything because you are created whole and you are perfect. And even if you have any kind of struggle, you are loved by God just like that. This journey, it is showing you the unconditional love of God. So there is nothing that you can do to make God love you. You just have to accept that you are lovable just as you are. If you have issues that are showing this separation, like the example I have given on finances, you want to see that you are just accepting. You don't have to change it. You don't have to feel that you will not be loved by your twin flame. You will not be accepted by your twin flame because you are not complete in that, or you are not good enough as you would like in that area. Because if you are saying that, it means that your mind is telling you that God can only accept you when you are financially stable, which you know automatically that is not right, that is not true. That is a lie. So it is you are seeing those lies and you are rejecting them. You are saying no. If you feel that you are coming into a certain kind of an action, you are doing things to change something so that your twin flame may accept you, it is because you are not accepting the love of God in that particular area. You cannot do anything for your twin flame to love you. They love you just as you are because they are God, because they are reflecting the unconditional love of God. So there is nothing you can, if you have struggles with your body image, with the way you look, with your weight, with your looks, maybe your stature, the way you look, it is because you are not receiving the love of God in that area. Probably you think subconsciously that you are thinking that your twin flame can only love you when you are slim and slender, when you have this kind of body weight or this body shape. That means that your mind is telling you subconsciously that you are not acceptable to God as you are. So you have to accept the love of God just as you are. And you also have to start seeing, because it could also be an assumption in your mind that people who are slender and skinny, they are much better, or they are good, or they are beautiful than those who are not. That is a mind, that is duality, that is not God. To God, everybody is the same. So you are coming out of those separation mindset. You are coming out of separation and duality to oneness. Oneness does not judge that these people, they are skinny, they are beautiful, they are good, and these ones, they are not skinny, they are not good, they are not beautiful. So if you see you are trying to change yourself so that you fit in the criteria of your twin flame, what you think is your twin flame desire, no, you are still in separation, because oneness will not tell you to change. Oneness will not ask you to heal anything. There is nothing you are healing here. It is accepting. Healing, it is just acceptance. Acceptance of yourself as you are. Loving yourself unconditional. The more you love yourself unconditional, the more you are in union. And it does not mean that your twin flame is coming. They're already there. It is like they will appear in your physical, like you'll start seeing them in your physical, because you have accepted yourself, you have loved yourself unconditionally, you have accepted those parts of you that are in separation, the parts of you that you have not given to God. It is the parts that you experience a lot of suffering and pain and struggle in this twin flame journey. So wherever you are feeling a struggle and wherever you are suffering, know it is a part that you are being called to give to God, to look upon and to love it and to accept it just as it is. You don't have to change it. You just have to love it like a child. If you have a child who is in one way or another, they are feeling they are not good in one way or another, you are not going to tell them to change so that you love them. You love them as they are. It is the same way. You are going to take those parts of you that you think they are not good enough and love them and accept them just as they are, just with your body weight and your body shape and your financial problems and your living situation, you have problems, whatever it is, you are acceptable. You don't have to change anything for your twin flame. They love you just as you are. Why? Because your twin flame is the reflection of God. It is a physical reflection of God. Can God ask you to change anything for him to love you? God loves you anyway, just as you are. So you are going to accept yourself. So that's why they will say, many people, the twin flame journey, it is a journey of self-love and unconditional love. Yes, it is. It is about loving yourself and accepting yourself and knowing that you are not healing anything, you are not sick, and even if you are sick, no, you are accepted just as you are, because even with your sickness, God loves you. Even if with your emotional, mental sickness, though you are not healing anything, God loves you just as you are. You are twin flame. As much as you are in your twin flame presence and you are not trying to change, they will accept you. But the moment you start changing, they will run. Changing it for them. Let me put it. If you are doing it for them, they will run. Because they don't need you to, because it is like you are telling them, you don't love me, you will only love me if I do this. And they know that is not true. They will get it. They get it because you are one soul. They know what you are doing. They know it is manipulation. They know that there is something that you are doing for them. So they will not be there. In 1 second they are there, in the other second they are not there. That's why this is a soul relationship. This is a spiritual relationship. It is not a soulmate like the one you can have with your ex or somebody, or one boyfriend, one soulmate boyfriend. It is not, or one soulmate girlfriend. It is not that kind of relationship, because it is unconditional love. It is unconditional love connection. This connection is unconditional love. So you don't want to walk with thoughts that your twin flame can only love you when you are this or that. You don't have even to ask your twin flame if they love you, because they love you. You don't have to confirm such things. You don't have to have any expectations from your twin flame, because they love you just as you are. You don't have to change anything. So just start watching those parts that you are struggling, because it means they're in separation. It means that they are not given to God. they are not receiving the love of God. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself that you have this body, that is why you are not loved. Don't judge yourself that you don't have this financial status, that is why you are not loved. Don't judge yourself that you don't have this kind of education, that is why you are not loved. Don't judge yourself in any way, because when you are judging yourself, your twin flame is feeling it. And because it is not true, they don't want to be in your presence when you have all those judgment, because it is like judging them. You cannot tell them that you cannot love them unconditionally and you are judging yourself. They know that is not true. They will feel judged. They also feel judged. When you are judging yourself, you are judging them. When you are judging yourself for your body, it means that you are also judging them. And you don't want to be found in that situation. So just observe those parts that you are experiencing sufferings, especially since you started this twin flame journey. And no, those are parts that are crying to be united with God, to come into union. Those are parts that are crying for unconditional love and attention, and give them just the way you will give your own child, and you will not judge them. You will not tell them to change. You will just embrace them and love them.